Hello and welcome to another episode of Top Deck, the series where we take a look at some of the leading TCG deck lists. So this time I am very excited to be bringing you a Cyber Dragon list which took second place at the Huddersfield Regional, going up in a final against our European champion Luke Parks. So let's look at this deck from Dan Butcher here. So we have triple Cyber Dragon, triple Core, triple Hertz, which I believe is pretty new, one Eltonin, triple Galaxy Soldier, triple Ash, and triple Ogre as the hand trap options. Then we've got one Cybernetic Overflow. This is pretty cool, it allows you to pop multiple cards. Then one Repair Plant and triple Emergency as the searchers, triple Machine Dupe, everyone knows how this works with Core, triple Overload Fusion, one Rev System, which is new as well, summoning a Cyber Dragon from hand or grave, triple Engage, a triple Striker, one Waves rather than Afterburners, typically that's the one we tend to see, one Widow Anchor as well, so you get the monster removal in here too, and one Foolish Burial. That rounds off the main deck. For the extra deck, double Mega Fleet, allowing you to out big boards, double Rampage Dragon, I believe this pops spells and traps, which is pretty cool, and then one Fortress Dragon for when you just need to put a big monster onto the field. Then there's one Infinity rather than two. I guess this is just a change up to the decks, we'll ask him about this. One Nova as well to go with that. Then one Pleiades gives you a Disrupt, one Linkaribo, one Genius, one Sega, double Kagari, one Hayate, and one Shizuku. For the side deck, triple Twisters, triple Reboot, so a lot of hate for back row decks here, triple Sanctum and double Scythe, just in case things don't go precisely the way you want, but it gives you a light level 5 as well, which is cool for the Pleiades, and then a triple Gamma and one Driver. That rounds off the deck itself. So we've also got the rounds, siding strategy, and the comments here from Dan. So let's go through the siding strategy first. He didn't really invest much time into individual matches siding strategy, so here's the kind of stuff that usually came out. So typically when he's going first, he'll be taking out triple Ash, one Foolish Burial, one Jamming Waves, one Eltonin, and one Rev System. As for going second, he tends to take out the Overflow, the Jamming Waves, the Widow Anchor, and the Rev System. So Rev System coming out a lot then, it seems. For the side, the Twins are for Sky Striker and Floodgate decks, Reboot is for Altergeist and Floodgate decks, Sanctimus with Scythe is for Goki or Striker when he's going first, or a bunch of other strategies to be honest when he goes first. Gamma specifically for Goki or for big combo decks when going second. As for the matchups, round 1 he went up against Goki and he actually lost this 1-2. Round 2 against Ancient Gear he won this 2-0. Round 3 against BA, a Floodgate variant, he won 2-0. Round 4 against Mermail, winning 2-0. Round 5 against Goki again, winning 2-1 this time. Round 6 versus Danger BA, he won 2-1. For the top 8 matches, the quarterfinal he went against Sky Striker and won 2-1. For the semi-final he went against Danger Burning Abyss and won this 2-0 as well. And in the final versus Pure Sky Striker, Luke Parks here, he lost 0-2. So that's it for the rounds that he played. So losing only one round in Swiss, and then losing the final in the top 8, putting him into second place from this event. So pretty impressive with Cyber Dragons here. So let's ask him some questions. So the questions that I've got here, first of all, I asked him how the event was overall. He said it was fantastic as always. IQ is one of the best places to play regional events. Connor and Sam did a very smooth job judging, and obviously other events on the same level as regional also follow suit. Then why did he choose to play Cyber Dragons for this event, and also was it a blind going second deck? He said it's very much blind second. He wanted to play something different while off season, but obviously it still needed to be able to effectively combat the meta and rogue respectively. The new Cyber Dragon support really pushes the deck over as a strong blind second deck, being able to clear nearly any board, as it's able to out U-Links with 2 cards, and it rapidly OTKs opponents. Unlike most go second strategies, it can also play going first, setting up reasonable disruption if forced to do so. Then I asked him how does the deck run with the new support changing things for its competitive scene. He said that the support basically just makes it viable for competitive play. Without Hertz the deck does not function, and it would be like having Dante with no Seer. Pretty much all the good combos revolve around it. Seeger is a solid link monster to help for pushing those OTKs, and Overflow is literally a fire link with no cost and no targeting, which is why the deck can go first if it's forced to. Rev System is on the disappointing side though, so sometimes you just need it, but overall he doesn't really like it as a card. Then why did he opt for Ash and Ogre as the hand trap choices? He says Ogre is the best hand trap for countering the best decks, so Goki is Striker, helping to stop key plays without going neg. Being light attribute also helps synergize with the Galaxy Soldier 2. Ash is probably the weakest against the best decks, only really being effective if they open weak. However, against rogue strategies it's blowout and versatile beyond compare. In an event such as an LLDS where both meta and rogue are prevalent, he feels that it's important to have answers for everything. Even though Ash got progressively weaker, he wouldn't have got to that point without it. Then, as we mentioned earlier, he's only got one copy of Infinity in here. I wanted to know if he ever felt like he needed another one. He said nope, Infinity was literally only there to slap on Nova if the OTK failed. It's very effective in low resource game states, but usually not the aim of the strategy. There's also the point that going first you can't afford to commit to an Infinity, partially because you use up your OTK engine without generating damage, but also importantly because if your opponent happens to have Mega Fleet in their extra deck, then you just lose from there. Hence why Pleiades is making a random appearance over the second package in here. As for the side deck, he opted to run the Sanctum, despite the fact that he can easily out-establish combo boards. So I wanted to know if this was specifically for going first, and if it's to stop himself from being OTK'd. He says it obviously it's only for going first as it stuns most opposing strategies. Scythe being a level 5 light also helps with the synergy. The hope is to establish Sanctum with Overflow and then stun your opponent's board and clear it while it's in a weakened state as well. As for changes he'd made to the list, he's had a few thoughts and had a chance to talk to a number of others also testing similar builds, helping with the free flow of ideas, but he couldn't say if he's going to change anything in particular until the new ban list hits us. As for the easiest and hardest matchups, easiest is obviously anything machine-based for the convenience that is Fortress Dragon. ABC might as well learn to count. Goki is rather less easy, assuming that they go for a Gumblar combo, and they aren't named Luke Forshaw, which is the guy that he played in round 1, who was a friend and rival who knew exactly what he was going to play and how to counter the setup. Ironically, the hardest matchup is Sky Striker. A Widow Anchor is a large threat, and unlike any other back row decks, it never runs out of resources, making it exceptionally difficult to break. As for shoutouts that Dan wanted to make, shoutouts to the Harlequin boys who travelled with him, James Woodward, Luke Forshaw and Zach. Shoutouts to Mr. Champion himself, Luke Parks, for smashing him in the final of Huddersfield again, and shoutouts to the judges for being awesome, and lastly, many thanks to Ahmed for ghost ogering Nova, by far the best moment of the weekend. So thanks very much, Dan, for sharing all of this information and your list. Congratulations on getting second place at the Huddersfield LLDS, and hopefully we'll see you again on the channel, and some more Cyber Dragons taking the meta by storm potentially. We'll have to just see. Thanks for watching this episode of Top Deck. If you have any comments or suggestions that you would like to make, leave them in the comment section down below. Check out the description for details of how you can get involved in this series. You can enter by voice interview, or instead you could just send all of your information over Facebook Messenger. Anything like that will be absolutely fine. If you want to see anything in particular from the upcoming series, then be sure to get in touch, and I'll see you guys in the next video.